Hi everybody, we are people who do MSP 430 things.
And they are also number one for this, for number of days on RCOS observatory. Unfortunately, they don't have the image for their project, so that's why they are not shown on the project, but they are consistently number one since hackathon.
Thank you. I mean, we commit a lot of small bits of code, but we keep them coming.
Sort of multiple projects. So it's not one project we're committing on, it's multiple sub-projects. We're constantly working on little bits of things.
So we presented 2 weeks ago, and some things have changed then. A lot of wires were removed. Awesome. There we go. Things are working. That was not a good way because this is still a little temperamental. The prototype was not functioning last time. That's working now. It has additional Bluetooth capabilities, which will have demonstrated stuff. It can send and receive commands over a serial thing. Jarl wrote a really nice serial console for it that is almost too good. We ported the code to Energia, which is a feat in and of itself, and we'll talk about that. Now this is similar to the clicking device that I used in our first presentation, except now it's wireless. Something that I always think is good about 3.3's Volt microcontrollers is that they can usually run off 2 AA's. And I just taped it to the back, and that's simple. A 5-volt probably wouldn't trigger, and you'd need at least 3 to get anywhere close to 5 volts. So the way this thing has a wireless radio, it's really, really noisy, and so to do the error checking, I basically just send the same character about 16 times, and then Python just goes through all the stuff that it messes with and everything, all kinds of crazy characters that don't print well, and then it just checks to find if maybe like 3 out of the 16 got sent, and that actually kind of works. And it's a really simple way to check something on a really noisy radio. And this one is for Windows. I'm really good at breaking operating systems, so I have Windows now. Yeah. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about Energia. Energia is an Arduino port for the MSP 430. The way that they have it work is that in addition to having, I guess, sort of AVRs, whatever the Arduino compiles to, have it cross-compile for the MSP 430. They also take the compiler from Code Composer Studio, which we've been predominantly using. So it can accept Code Composer Studio code just fine, and then you have all the Arduino code that was ported to it. So you do get a lot of the low-level access to all the hardware with Code Composer Studio, but you can also get any sort of abstracted code. So there's a lot of good examples that are now open to the MSP 430 because of Energia. The only thing is that they don't really play nice. If you try and mix code, it'll do weird things. But all of the existing code works, and now you can write Arduino code for the MSP 430. There we go. There are some things that are wrong, or kind of downsides. Energia uses a lot of memory, which the MSP doesn't really have a lot of, so you have to kind of be careful with it. The compiler won't tell you what's wrong, and that's because if you try and mix code, it'll just remove things, and it won't tell you, and it'll say that it works.